From the primordial void, before the first star ignited, before the breath of life stirred the dust of nascent worlds, a war was waged. A war not of flesh and blood, nor of steel and fire, but of spirit and will. Its echoes reverberate through every civilization, every conflict, every whispered fear and soaring hope. We stand on the precipice of understanding, peering into the hidden archives of existence to uncover the secret history. A history where angels and demons, unseen yet ever present, battled for the very soul of humanity. What if the grand narrative we thought we knew was merely a shadow play, obscuring a far more ancient and profound struggle? What if, from the very beginning, our destiny was intertwined with celestial warfare? Join us as we peel back the veil, venturing into the unseen war that shaped human destiny, long before we even knew it existed. If you seek to understand the very fabric of our reality, the true forces at play, then subscribe to Paleo Truth now. Imagine, if you will, a time before time, a realm of pure light, of unblemished glory, where countless hosts of celestial beings, the angels, worshipped their creator in perfect harmony. Among them one shone brightest, Lucifer, the light bringer. His beauty was unparalleled, his wisdom profound. He stood as a cherub, a guardian, adorned with precious stones, walking amidst the fiery stones of God's mountain. His position was one of immense privilege, a testament to the Creator's boundless generosity. But privilege, unchecked, can breed an insidious poison: pride. It began subtly, a flicker of self-admiration in the mirror of his own perfection, a whisper growing louder suggesting that his brilliance was his own, not merely a reflection. He began to contemplate, to question, to compare. Why should he, so magnificent, bow to a higher authority? This was the genesis of rebellion, not with a roar, but with a thought, a dangerous, seductive idea taking root in a perfect mind. The celestial courts, once filled with unified praise, began to feel a subtle dissonance. Lucifer, no longer content with being the most exalted of creatures, desired to be like the Creator, to usurp the very throne of the cosmos. He began to sow seeds of discontent among the angelic ranks, weaving intricate arguments, painting visions of a different order, a new hierarchy. He presented himself as a liberator, promising greater freedom, a higher form of existence for those who would follow him. The air, once pure with adoration, grew heavy with the tension of choice. Angels, who had known only unwavering loyalty, were now faced with a profound dilemma. Their eternal existence, their very nature, hung in the balance. Would they remain steadfast in their allegiance, or would they succumb to the allure of a charismatic, rebellious leader? The war, when it finally erupted, was not fought with conventional weapons. It was a clash of wills, a battle of spiritual power, a cosmic struggle for truth and authority. Michael, the Archangel, whose name means "who is like God," rose to challenge Lucifer. Michael, ever loyal, ever humble, embodied the unwavering devotion that Lucifer had abandoned. The scriptures speak of a great dragon, Lucifer, now identified as Satan, and his angels, fighting against Michael and his angels. The heavens themselves became the battleground, not in a physical sense, but in a dimension beyond human comprehension. Imagine flashes of incandescent light, not of fire, but of pure spiritual energy, colliding. Hear the silent roars of defiance and the resounding declarations of loyalty. This was a war for the very fabric of divine order, a monumental event that would forever alter the course of creation. Lucifer and his followers were cast down. A third of the stars, a third of the angels, fell with him, their perfect forms twisted, their radiant light dimmed, their names forever stained by their rebellion. They became demons, entities of pure malice, forever banished from the direct presence of the Creator. This expulsion was not a defeat for the Creator, but a consequence for rebellion, a necessary act to preserve the sanctity of the celestial realms. The sheer power of this event, the cosmic upheaval, is almost impossible for human minds to grasp. A perfect being, created in light, chose darkness and dragged a vast multitude with him into eternal opposition. This wasn't merely a historical event, it was the establishment of an eternal conflict, a spiritual war that would soon extend its tendrils to a newly formed, unsuspecting world. Earth, and then humanity, created in the image of the Creator, imbued with free will, placed in a garden of paradise, a perfect beginning. But the echoes of the celestial war were not far. Satan, now the adversary, understood the profound significance of this new creation. He saw in humanity a reflection of the Creator, a potential for relationship, a vessel through which the Creator's love could flow. And he saw an opportunity for vengeance, a way to defile and disrupt the Creator's plan. The serpent in the Garden of Eden was not merely a creature, it was Satan, cunning and deceptive, his perfect intellect now warped by malice. He targeted Eve, not with brute force, but with psychological warfare, with doubt and temptation. He questioned the Creator's motives, twisted his words, and promised forbidden knowledge, a path to godhood, if only she would defy the divine command. The fall of humanity was not an isolated incident. It was a direct consequence of the unseen war, a strategic move by the adversary to gain dominion over the Creator's beloved creation. When Adam and Eve ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, they did more than just disobey. They opened a door, a spiritual portal, allowing sin and corruption to enter the human experience. Their perfect nature was marred, their innocence lost, and the harmonious relationship with their Creator fractured. The consequences were immediate and profound: expulsion from paradise, the introduction of suffering, pain, and death. And perhaps most significantly, humanity became subject to the influence of the fallen angels, the demons. The spiritual battlefield, once confined to the heavens, now extended to the very heart of human existence. For millennia, this unseen war continued to rage, often unbeknownst to humanity. The biblical narrative, when viewed through this lens, takes on a new depth, a new urgency. Consider the story of Job, a righteous man tested beyond endurance. Was this merely a random act of misfortune, or was it a direct challenge from Satan, a cosmic wager with the Creator to prove that even the most devout could be broken? The book of Job reveals this spiritual struggle explicitly, a dialogue between the adversary and the Almighty, with Job's life as the proving ground. His suffering, his unwavering faith despite unimaginable loss, became a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, empowered by divine grace in the face of demonic assault. This was not just a man's trial, it was a battle for the very nature of faith itself. The prophets, those chosen vessels of divine revelation, often glimpsed fragments of this unseen war. Daniel, in his visions, was told of angelic princes battling demonic principalities over nations. The Prince of Persia and the Prince of Greece were not earthly rulers, but spiritual entities, powers of darkness holding sway over geopolitical landscapes. Daniel's prayers, his fervent intercessions, were not merely heard, they actively influenced the outcome of these celestial conflicts. An angel, delayed for 21 days, explained that he had been fighting the prince of the kingdom of Persia, and only with the help of Michael, one of the chief princes, was he able to break through. This profound revelation shatters the illusion of a purely material world. It reveals that behind every earthly empire, every national struggle, every human decision, there are unseen forces at work, pulling strings, whispering temptations, and waging war. Even the seemingly mundane aspects of human life, our thoughts, our desires, our struggles with temptation, are often battlegrounds in this spiritual conflict. The Apostle Paul, a man intimately familiar with spiritual warfare, wrote that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places. He wasn't speaking metaphorically. He was describing a tangible reality, a constant, unseen assault on the human spirit. The whispers of doubt, the allure of sin, the seeds of discord, the temptations to greed, lust, and anger. These are not always internal flaws alone. They can be insidious suggestions, skillfully placed by an ancient, intelligent enemy who seeks to derail, to destroy, to separate humanity from its creator. The ultimate confrontation in this unseen war, the pivotal moment that changed everything, arrived with the incarnation of the Creator himself in the person of Jesus Christ. He came not merely as a teacher or a prophet, but as the divine warrior entering the enemy's territory. His life was a constant demonstration of authority over the demonic realm. He cast out demons with a word, healing those tormented by unseen forces. His miracles were not just acts of compassion, they were declarations of sovereignty, reclaiming ground that had been lost to the adversary. The temptation in the wilderness, where Satan directly challenged Jesus, was a cosmic showdown, a direct confrontation between the fallen cherub and the Son of God. Jesus' unwavering obedience, his reliance on divine truth, utterly defeated the adversary's cunning. But the true victory, the decisive blow in this ancient war, was delivered not on a battlefield of angels, but on a crude wooden cross. The crucifixion, seemingly a defeat, was in fact the ultimate triumph. It was there, in an act of sacrificial love, that Jesus disarmed the principalities and powers, making a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them in it. The blood shed on Calvary was the payment for humanity's sin, the undoing of the curse brought by the fall. It broke the power of sin and death, the very tools Satan had used to enslave humanity. The resurrection was the ultimate proof, the definitive declaration that death had been conquered and the adversary's grip on humanity's eternal destiny shattered. This was not merely redemption, it was a cosmic liberation, a declaration of victory in a war that had raged since before time began. Yet even after this decisive victory, the war continues. Satan and his demons, though defeated in principle, still roam, seeking whom they may devour. Their power is broken, but their malice remains. They continue their assault on humanity, now with even greater desperation, knowing their time is short. The struggle for individual souls, for the direction of nations, for the very future of humanity persists. We are living in the already but not yet. The kingdom of God has been established, but its full manifestation, the complete eradication of evil, awaits a future day. This is why the spiritual armor described by Paul remains essential. The belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shoes of the gospel of peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. These are not metaphors for internal virtues alone. They are spiritual weapons for a very real, very present conflict. The book of Revelation, the final book of the Bible, offers us a glimpse into the ultimate conclusion of this unseen war. It depicts a final, climactic battle where Satan and his forces are utterly and definitively vanquished, cast into the lake of fire for eternity. This will be the end of all rebellion, all malice, all suffering caused by the adversary. The heavens and the earth will be made new, and the Creator will dwell among humanity in perfect harmony, as it was always intended. This future, however distant it may seem, is a guaranteed outcome, a promise of complete restoration. It underscores the temporary nature of the current struggle, the certainty of ultimate victory for those who align themselves with the Creator. The implications of this secret history, this unseen war, are profound. It means that our struggles are often more than just personal failings. They are battles in a larger cosmic drama. It means that prayer is not merely a request, but a powerful spiritual weapon that can influence unseen forces. It means that our choices, our allegiance, have eternal consequences, not just for ourselves, but in the grand tapestry of creation. It compels us to view the world, not just through the lens of politics or economics or social trends, but through the lens of spiritual reality. reality. For behind every human event, every whisper of temptation, every act of compassion, lies the echo of that ancient war, a struggle between light and darkness, good and evil, freedom and bondage. The knowledge of this unseen war should not instill fear, but rather empowerment. It reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles, and that we are equipped with divine resources to overcome. It urges us to be vigilant, to discern the spiritual forces at play, and to stand firm in our faith. The battles fought in the heavens, the fall of Lucifer, the temptation in Eden, the triumph on the cross. These are not just ancient stories. They are the foundational narrative of our existence, the blueprint of our spiritual reality. They reveal that every human life is a participant, consciously or unconsciously, in this grand cosmic struggle. So as you navigate your own life, remember, you are not merely a product of circumstance. You are a soul caught in the echoes of an ancient war, a war whose outcome has already been decided, but whose skirmishes continue around us. The choices you make, the battles you fight, the faith you hold, these are not insignificant. They are threads in the grand tapestry of human destiny, woven into the very fabric of the unseen war. We invite you to delve deeper into these profound truths, explore the scriptures, understand the enemy's tactics, and embrace the power available to you through faith. This is more than just history. It is the truth of our reality. The unseen war has shaped human destiny from the very beginning, and its final chapter is yet to be written. The forces of light and darkness continue their struggle, and you, yes, you, play a crucial role. This isn't just a story, it's the very fabric of our existence. If this journey into the hidden truths of our world has ignited a fire within you, if you hunger for more profound understanding, then there is only one path forward. Become a part of the Paleo Truth community. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and join us as we continue to unlock the deepest mysteries of the scriptures, revealing the epic battles, the ancient prophecies, and the transformative journeys of faith that define our world. Your engagement fuels our mission to bring these vital stories to light. What secret will we uncover next? Only time and your continued journey with Paleo Truth will tell. The unseen war is not merely a theological concept, it's a lived reality, manifesting in the very fabric of our daily lives, often disguised as mundane challenges or societal shifts. Consider the insidious nature of spiritual warfare, which rarely announces itself with trumpets and angelic hosts, but rather with subtle whispers of doubt, seeds of discord, and the slow erosion of moral boundaries. The enemy, as depicted in ancient texts, is not a simple-minded brute, but a cunning strategist, a master of deception whose primary weapon is illusion. Think of the constant barrage of information, the curated realities presented by media, the relentless pursuit of fleeting pleasures. Are these not sophisticated tactics designed to distract, to numb, to divert attention from the profound spiritual truths that underpin our existence? The ancient prophecy of a time when evil will be called good and good will be called evil isn't a distant future. It's a present reality we grapple with, where objective truth is often sacrificed at the altar of subjective experience and moral relativism. This blurring of lines, this deliberate obfuscation of ethical clarity is a hallmark of the unseen war's progression. It seeks to disarm humanity by dismantling the very foundations of discernment, making it increasingly difficult to distinguish between light and shadow. Let's delve deeper into some of these new angles and examples. Consider the psychological warfare waged against the human mind. The spirit of fear, for instance, isn't just an emotion. It's a potent weapon wielded by unseen forces to paralyze, to isolate, and to prevent individuals from stepping into their divine purpose. When society becomes gripped by collective anxieties, whether it's economic uncertainty, social unrest, or existential dread, it creates fertile ground for manipulation. These fears, amplified by constant exposure to distressing news and divisive rhetoric, can lead to a state of learned helplessness, where individuals feel powerless to effect change, thus becoming compliant to agendas that may not serve their highest good. This isn't merely a consequence of human psychology. It's a deliberate strategy to weaken the collective human spirit, making it susceptible to control and spiritual bondage. Another powerful manifestation of this unseen war is the attack on the family unit, the foundational building block of society. Ancient scriptures consistently emphasize the sanctity and importance of family, seeing it as the primary incubator of faith, values, and moral character. When the family structure is weakened, when traditional roles are undermined, when the sanctity of life is devalued, the impact reverberates throughout society, creating a vacuum that can be filled by ideologies that are antithetical to divine principles. The constant assault on traditional family values, the promotion of lifestyles that often lead to fragmentation and isolation, and the erosion of parental authority are not random social phenomena. They are, from a spiritual perspective, strategic maneuvers in the unseen war, designed to dismantle the very institutions that nurture and protect humanity's spiritual well-being. Furthermore, the unseen war plays out in the realm of identity. In an age where self-definition is paramount, there's a profound spiritual battle being waged over who we believe ourselves to be. Are we merely biological accidents, products of random chance, or are we divinely created, beings imbued with purpose and eternal significance? The narratives that seek to reduce humanity to purely materialistic terms, to deny the existence of a soul or a higher calling, are not benign philosophical discussions. They are, in essence, attempts to strip humanity of its spiritual heritage, to sever its connection to the divine, and to leave it adrift in a sea of meaninglessness. When individuals lose sight of their intrinsic value and their spiritual identity, they become vulnerable to external influences, seeking validation and purpose in fleeting trends, consumerism, or destructive ideologies. This identity crisis, often celebrated as liberation, can be a profound form of spiritual enslavement. The concept of spiritual strongholds offers another lens through which to view this conflict. These aren't physical fortresses, but rather entrenched patterns of thought, belief systems, and cultural norms that hold individuals or even entire societies captive. These strongholds can manifest as addiction, prejudice, systemic injustice, or even widespread apathy. They are fortified by generations of unchallenged assumptions, societal conditioning, and the relentless propagation of lies. Breaking free from such strongholds requires not just intellectual understanding, but a spiritual awakening, a transformation of the mind and heart that challenges the prevailing narratives and embraces a higher truth. The fight against these strongholds is often arduous, requiring sustained prayer, spiritual discipline, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths, both individually and collectively. Consider the historical trajectory of human civilization through this spiritual lens. Every major turning point, every rise and fall of empires, every societal upheaval can be seen as a chapter in this ongoing cosmic drama. The persecution of prophets and saints, the suppression of spiritual knowledge, the deliberate distortion of sacred texts. These are not merely human acts of cruelty or ignorance. They are orchestrated attempts to silence the voice of truth and to prevent humanity from accessing the wisdom necessary to navigate the unseen war effectively. The consistent pattern of humanity oscillating between periods of spiritual enlightenment and periods of profound darkness suggests a cyclical nature to this conflict, with unseen forces constantly vying for influence over human hearts and minds. The modern rise of secularism and scientific materialism, while offering valuable insights into the physical world, has often inadvertently created a spiritual void. By dismissing the supernatural and the transcendent, it has left many seeking meaning and purpose in purely immanent terms, often leading to disillusionment and existential despair. This void is then ripe for exploitation by various ideologies and spiritual counterfeits that promise fulfillment but ultimately lead to further entanglement. The unseen enemy thrives in environments where spiritual discernment is low, where critical thinking about spiritual matters is discouraged, and where the supernatural realm is either denied or trivialized. The call to vigilance, therefore, is not a call to paranoia, but a call to spiritual maturity. It's an invitation to develop a discerning spirit, to question the narratives presented to us, and to seek truth beyond the superficial. This involves not only studying sacred texts, but also cultivating a deep personal relationship with the divine, which provides an inner compass in a world increasingly disoriented by conflicting voices. The spiritual armor described in ancient scriptures, truth, righteousness, peace, faith, salvation, and the Word of God, are not metaphorical concepts. They are practical tools for navigating the unseen war, offering protection against spiritual attacks and empowering believers to stand firm against the forces of darkness. The unseen war is also fought on the battlefield of creativity and culture. Art, music, literature, and entertainment are powerful mediums for shaping worldviews and influencing human behavior. When these mediums are used to promote messages of despair, nihilism, violence, or moral degradation, they become instruments in the hands of the enemy, subtly eroding the spiritual fabric of society. Conversely, when art is inspired by truth, beauty, and goodness, it can be a potent force for spiritual upliftment, challenging the darkness and inspiring hope. The battle for the soul of culture is a critical front in the unseen war, as it directly impacts what humanity values, what it celebrates, and what it ultimately strives for. As we move towards a conclusion, it becomes clear that this unseen war is not an abstract concept, but a deeply personal one. Every individual is a battleground, and every choice, however small, has spiritual ramifications. The decision to choose love over hate, forgiveness over resentment, truth over deception, faith over doubt. These are not merely ethical choices. They are acts of spiritual warfare, aligning oneself with the forces of light and contributing to the ultimate triumph of good. The cumulative effect of these individual choices shapes the spiritual landscape of the world. The final chapter of this unseen war, as prophesied, involves a definitive victory of light over darkness. However, humanity's role in this unfolding drama is crucial. We are not passive observers, but active participants. The invitation to delve deeper into these profound truths and to explore the scriptures is not an academic exercise. It's a call to arms, a summons to equip ourselves for the spiritual battles ahead. Understanding the enemy's tactics allows us to recognize and resist them. Embracing the power available through faith empowers us to overcome challenges that seem insurmountable. The journey with Paleo Truth is more than just uncovering secrets. It's about empowerment. It's about equipping you with the knowledge and understanding to navigate this reality with wisdom, courage, and discernment. It's about reminding you that you are not alone in this struggle and that the ultimate victory is assured. The deepest mysteries of the scriptures are not hidden to tantalize, but to reveal the profound truth of our divine heritage and the power we possess through faith. The epic battles and ancient prophecies are not just historical accounts. They are blueprints for understanding our present and preparing for our future. The transformative journeys of faith are not just stories of others. They are an invitation for your own. The unseen war continues, but so does the unwavering light of truth. Your continued engagement with Paleo Truth isn't just a subscription. It's a declaration of your commitment to seeking truth, to standing firm in faith, and to playing your part in the grand cosmic narrative. What secret will we uncover next? It will be a secret that illuminates another facet of this profound, ongoing struggle, further empowering you to live a life of purpose and victory in the face of the unseen war. Join us and let us continue to unlock the mysteries that shape our world together.